It's been 24 years and Watertown authorities are still searching for Pam Dunn's body.
Pam's boyfriend, Dave Asmussen, was the last person to see her alive. He's serving a life sentence for kidnapping her, but recently the case was reopened because his attorney claims the sentence was illegal and filed a motion to modify his client's life sentence.
According to court papers, Ryan Colbeck is asking the court to, quote, correct the illegal sentence currently in place. Colbeck claims the judge erroneously wrote in his judgment that Asmussen made a voluntary guilty plea when, in reality, he was convicted by a jury.
He also wrote that the judge only imposed one life sentence, but the judgment also notes 2 life sentences that were to run concurrent with each other. KELOLAND News interviewed Pam's sister back in 2021.
20 years is too long to, without answers, without closure. And, that's all that we want.
In an email to Dunn's family obtained by KELOLAND News, Cottington County State's Attorney Allison Bakken wrote, quote, I've made it clear to Dave and his attorney that I will not stop looking for her and investigating this case.
As of this morning, no hearings are scheduled.
A Rapid City woman is dead after falling off a cliff in the Black Hills.
Crews were called to Falling Rock just before midnight Tuesday night. The Johnson Siding Volunteer Fire Department shared these pictures of the scene.
When the deputies arrived, they found 3 people at the top of the cliff. They later recovered the body of 19-year-old Ava Christensen.
Authorities believe it was an accident and she lost her balance and fell. Authorities say alcohol may also have been a factor.
The government shutdown is in full effect. From Badlands National Park to Jewel Cave National Monument, the shutdown is also having an impact on some of South Dakota's most popular tourist attractions.
While locations like Mount Rushmore can still be visited and seen, all guest informational services are closed. This means no guided tours or help from park rangers while on site.
We were planning to participate in some of those things, some of the maybe a guided tour, something like that, because that's where you get the background information and all the details that you may not know otherwise. So not being able to do that is disappointing.
Park rangers were unable to give any comment because they too are waiting on the situation to be resolved.
Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Summer. Good morning, everybody. Another warm or hot day today. Temperatures in the 80s and 90s for afternoon highs. We are forecasting 90 in Sioux Falls today. Otherwise, it looks like 80s for just about everybody else. Light winds today, aside for western South Dakota. The winds will be a little stronger in western KELOLAND. And then we'll have strong winds tomorrow. That will continue into this weekend. And Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. At Avera, it's the season for pink hair.
All this month, you can add a little pink or purple to your locks to show your support to survivors, along with anyone currently battling cancer.
It's $10 per extension, and all of the proceeds go back to the Avera Cancer Institute.
The extensions are available across the Avera system.
Just go to this story on KELOLAND.com, where we've posted a link with the locations.
Build Dakota is traveling across the state this school year.
They're talking to students about different job options and potential tech schools that they could go to.
It helped give students an option besides four-year schools.
We're really encouraging with students, the importance of having real life experiences, the job shadowing, working part-time in fields before they're committing to paying for education, building those relationships that way. We're out there working with businesses and helping them understand, the role they play in bridging that gap to get more young people involved in some of these high demand fields.
Build Dakota will head to more than 100 schools. We've posted more information on our website, though, in case you'd like to attend one of their online webinars.
The Las Vegas Aces and Phoenix Mercury will meet in the WNBA Finals with Game 1 set for tomorrow. Aces head coach Becky Hammon is from Rapid City, while Mercury head coach Nate Tibbetts graduated from Sioux Falls Roosevelt.
Digital reporter Ray Yost talked with 2 college coaches about the excitement about the state's representation in the finals. A third state connection, Mercury assistant coach Megan Vogel is a graduate of SDSU. You can find this KELOLAND.com original story on our website.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another Check Your Weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, taking a look at all of this warm weather and dry weather. We've got a couple of items we need to discuss with fire weather watch in effect tomorrow. for southwestern South Dakota. So we anticipate humidity values are lower. Temperatures a lot hotter, probably closer to 90 degrees. And with that and the wind, it just kind of all adds up here. So be alert to that. Now, there are no official fire weather statements for Sioux Falls, but I still think with all this 90-degree heat and combined with some windy days coming up, we're definitely going to need to monitor that. Now, this is Saturday. So once we start to push a cold front in, could see some thunderstorm development. Now, exactly how that plays out, that's still a work in progress, but just a little first outlook on the day 3 outlook is north central Nebraska up to Bismarck and Fargo. So could see a couple of rough storms here and there. The best chance of the wider spread rain would be northwestern South Dakota this weekend. Saturday night into Sunday morning would be probably the best bet. When we start looking at Sioux Falls and the east and the southeast, it's more scattered, okay? And probably not the kind of rain that some of us need. It's very dry just south of Sioux Falls, and these days that we have in the forecast are not helping that one bit. Of course, the farmers are busy, too, with the dry weather. They're getting a lot done. That's the other side of the token here. Well, we've got mid to upper 80s this afternoon. Now, that's today's map. We're going to see tonight dropping back in the upper 50s and low 60s. And then we'll kick off our Friday with more of the same here. A developing south wind that'll be stronger. A lot of 90-degree weather, very common. I think right now in the afternoon, it looks like Sioux Falls will be in record territory, and that could include some other locations too here. Do we spark a shower or thunderstorm chance through Saturday morning in southwest South Dakota? There's the possibility of that. And that, by the way, is already going to limit temperatures in Rapid City on Saturday. Not nearly as warm as Sioux Falls or Mitchell, even Chamberlain. So there's a cold front right bisecting the middle of South Dakota. And thunderstorms, yep, it's trying to paint that here in the middle section of the state. I just get a little bit more cautious about how far eastward that is going to advance here. So that's the forecast, at least as we see it. Obviously some wind both ahead of the front and behind it getting into Sunday, and that will make that transition of temperatures. So we come off of record highs. Now we're resetting into what's probably closer to just normal for this time of the year. And honestly, next week we could get some 70s back here. But the other thing, too, there's still some tug of war on some of these overnight lows. I've seen a couple of things this morning suggesting even 30s either by late Tuesday or early Wednesday morning. That's just something to float out there. And Aberdeen, we've got a 39 right now on our Monday morning forecast. So early next week, a lot of that will hinge on wind speeds and the clear skies versus any clouds that we have. But the bottom line, too, for Pierre, we go from 90-degree weather on Friday, 70s on Saturday with, again, the frontal system really the activation point for some storms here later in the day. And Rapid City, a big change, mid-50s. That's it for Sunday and Monday. Check out more details online at kettleland.com.